Sherlock Holmes, the master of deduction. In the foggy streets of Victorian London, no name commands more respect, fear, and intrigue than that of Sherlock Holmes. With his sharp mind, keen eye for detail, and unparalleled deductive reasoning, Holmes has become the gold standard for fictional detectives. His observations cut through the noise of human behavior, revealing truths hidden in the shadows. Holmes's razor-sharp intellect is matched only by his wit, as evidenced in the countless memorable quotes he leaves in his wake. Below are 100 of the most iconic and thought-provoking quotes from the world's greatest detective. Elementary, my dear Watson. The game is afoot. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. I am a brain, Watson. The rest of me is a mere appendix. You see, but you do not observe. It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. My name is Sherlock Holmes. It is my business to know what other people don't know. I never make exceptions. An exception disproves the rule. There is nothing more deceptive than an obvious fact. The world is full of obvious things which nobody by any chance ever observes. To a great mind, nothing is little. The curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. I never guess. It's a shocking habit destructive to the logical faculty. You know my methods, Watson. I can't make bricks without clay. The game has begun. Education never ends, Watson. It is a series of lessons with the greatest for the last. Data, data, data. I can't make bricks without clay. The lowest and vilest alleys in London do not present a more dreadful record of sin than does the smiling and beautiful countryside. It is a hobby of mine to have an exact knowledge of London, sir. A man's brain is like an empty attic. I am not the law, but I represent justice so far as my feeble powers go. Seriously. There is nothing new under the sun. It has all been done before. I'm not in the least bit surprised. My dear Watson, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. You have a grand gift for silence, Watson. It makes you quite invaluable as a companion. One's ideas must be as broad as nature if they are to interpret nature. The emotional qualities are antagonistic to clear reasoning. I never make exceptions. An exception disproves the rule. It is a mistake to confound strangeness with mystery. Life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man could invent. The love of money is the root of all evil. Mediocrity knows nothing higher than itself, but talent instantly recognizes genius. A client is to me a mere unit, a factor in a problem. My mind rebels at stagnation. Give me problems, give me work, give me the most abstruse cryptogram or the most intricate analysis, and I am in my own proper atmosphere. Crime is common, logic is rare. There is nothing more stimulating than a case where everything goes against you. The little things are infinitely the most important. What one man can invent, another can discover. I never make predictions. It is a habit which goes beyond me. What the deuce is it to me? I'm somewhat exhausted. I wonder how a battery feels when it pours electricity into a non-conductor. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. You have a grand gift for silence, Watson. It makes you quite invaluable as a companion. There is no such thing as a trifling matter. Circumstantial evidence is a very tricky thing. Some facts should be suppressed, or at least a just sense of proportion should be observed in treating them. I abhor the dull routine of existence. There is no crime without a motive. It is the unofficial force, the Baker Street irregulars. It is a mistake to confound strangeness with mystery. It's all been done before. The chief proof of man's real greatness lies in his perception of his own smallness. I think there are certain crimes which the law cannot touch, and which therefore, to some extent, justify private revenge. The fair sex is your department, Watson. You are a conductor of light. There is no branch of detective science which is so important and so much neglected as the art of tracing footsteps. My life is spent in one long effort to escape from the commonplaces of existence. I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. You have an extraordinary genius for minutiae. I'm lost without my Boswell. The main thing with people of that sort is never to let them think that their information can be of the slightest importance to you. I am an omnivorous reader with a strangely retentive memory for trifles. There is no part of the body which varies so much as the human ear. My horror at his crimes was lost in my admiration at his skill. Man, or at least criminal man, has lost all enterprise and originality. It is of the highest importance in the art of detection to be able to recognize, out of a number of facts, those which are incidental and those which are vital. I have the advantage of knowing your habits, my dear Watson. I never get your limits, Watson. There are unexplored possibilities about you. We balance probabilities and choose the most likely. The habit of observation must be continuous. It is my business to know what other people don't know. There is no such thing as a little murder. I'm a man of cold passions. A little problem presents itself in the most convenient way. You know my methods. Apply them. It is the theory which decides what we can observe. I have a curious constitution. I never remember feeling tired by work, though idleness exhausts me completely. The truth is what is so elusive, dear Watson. In solving a problem of this sort, the grand thing is to be able to reason backwards. The keenest of human emotions is the fear of the unknown. Nothing clears up a case so much as stating it to another person. I'm not in the least bit surprised. It's a hobby of mine to have an exact knowledge of London. One should always look for a possible alternative and provide against it. I'm afraid, my dear Watson, that most of your conclusions were erroneous. What you do in this world is a matter of no consequence. The question is, what can you make people believe that you have done? The features are given to man as the means by which he shall express his emotions. The man is nothing, the work is everything. The highest type of man may always act on reason and calculation, but the lower orders are largely governed by sentiment. There is nothing so unnatural as the commonplace. Detection is, or ought to be, an exact science and should be treated in the same cold and unemotional manner. It is not my intention to be fulsome, but I confess that I covet your skull. It is a pleasure to me to know that I have the approval of so good a judge as yourself. There are always some lunatics about. It would be a dull world without them. It is quite a three-pipe problem. My dear Watson, I congratulate you. You see everything. You fail, however, to reason from what you see. It is quite a pretty little problem. A case of great gravity requiring the utmost tact and discretion. Sherlock Holmes remains a timeless figure, and his quotes continue to inspire those who seek to unravel the mysteries of the world.